everybody, welcome back to another episode of Welch on Ice. Today we are going to be back at it with the Team Hertl Challenge.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
And we had so much fun with it, we decided that we would bring it back. If you haven't heard of the game Hertl before, it's basically like Wordle except with NHL players. You will guess a player and it will tell you whether you've guessed the right division, whether you've guessed close to the person's age, whether you've guessed the correct nationality of the player, the team that they're on, their jersey number, and their position. And so essentially, we are going to be playing a Wordle style game today with NHL players. What we're going to be doing with these NHL players once we reveal who they are is they're going to be added to either Team 1 or Team 2. Each team consists of a full lineup of one center, one right wing, one left wing, two defense, and a goalie. So each team has 6 players. And then once we've got our 2 teams, we're going to analyze them. Which team would win in a 7-game series? Which team has the upper edge? Which team is the better team? That's where you guys get involved in the comments. Speaking of comments, why don't you take this time to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, share it with a friend. We're just going to keep on making videos here, so come along for the ride. Without further ado, the Team Hertl Challenge. Okay, so the first person that we should probably guess in this Hertl Challenge is Matthew Barzal. Now, the only reason for that is if you watched the last video, you would know he was so clutch for many times. So let's obviously start with him. Okay, so the only thing this really tells us is that we're close to the age. He's either going to be 27 or 26. And I guess we do also know that it is going to be someone in the Western Conference who is not Canadian. So narrows it down a little bit, I suppose. Not a centerman either. So let's go for a defenseman. Let's go for a guy like maybe Quinn Hughes, who's 26. Okay, so that was a fantastic guess on our part. Yeah! Applause all around. So we know that our mystery Hertl player is going to be 27 years old, a defenseman in the Central Division. They're also American, so that is good to know as well. Partly want to guess Thomas Harley because I know that his parents are American and he played for Team Canada, but he also could have played for the American team as well. So I think I might guess him too. I imagine they would have him down as Canadian. What can I say? They had him down as American, even though he represented Team Canada at the Olympics and at the Four Nations. He is called American on this game. It's nice though that we know roughly the number of the player. We also know that it's not going to be someone on Dallas, which is also good. So we're looking for a 27-year-old defenseman in the Central Division who's American and wears the number 53, 54. I partly want to guess Roman Josi. Mostly just, I know he's not American, but mostly just to narrow down whether it's someone on Nashville or not. We have lots of guesses, so I think I'm going to guess him. So not someone on Nashville either. From our last video, we got a guy named Ethan Del Mastro for the Chicago Blackhawks. I can't remember whether he was Canadian or not, but I do remember that he played for Chicago. Okay, he was Canadian. Okay, so we know it's not someone from Chicago either. We have 3 more guesses to get who this is. The teams that we're missing are from the Central would be Colorado Avalanche, Utah Mammoth, St. Louis Blues, and the Winnipeg Jets. Josh Morrissey's Canadian. Neil Pionk wears number 4. Jason DeMello wears number 2. Is that his name, Jason DeMello? I don't know if I know any other defensemen on Winnipeg. On St. Louis, I also don't know if I could name a defenseman. I don't really know the Central Division all that well, it appears. Oh, wait a second. Falk. He plays for the St. Louis Blues. What? He must have gotten traded or signed with a new team. This is craziness. My face was just red for a moment because of a Rogers commercial. This video is not sponsored by Rogers. But Rogers, if you want to, I'm a loyal customer. Here he is, Cam Fowler. That's who I was thinking of. Cam Fowler. Oh, I spent a good 15 minutes thinking about that. Cam Fowler is who I was thinking of. And it turns out he's Canadian. So now we too know that it's not a player for the St. Louis Blues. We're on our last guess. It's either going to be a player from Utah, Winnipeg, or Colorado. Let's go for Jack McBain. I'm pretty sure he plays for Utah. Dylan Samberg. Yeah, there was no way I was guessing him. So the very first edition of team number 1 is going to be Dylan Sandberg. It's time for Team 2 to see who their first player is going to be, and who knows, maybe we'll start out with a goalie. Last time it was goalies were hard to come by, but maybe this time we'll get lucky. Since we're on the goalie train of thought, why don't we start out with a guy like Jake Ottinger? So once again, we are going to be having a person from the Central Division. It's not going to be a goalie, and it's not going to be an American this time. So we're going to guess Sean Jersey, Canadian. I thought he was a little bit older than 27, but it turns out he is only 27. We do also know now that it's going to be a player whose number is higher than 50, and it's a defenseman once again. It's not a Canadian, so I'm wondering if it's going to be Roman Josi this time. Boom, just like that, we have guessed it in 3 tries. Team 2, you're starting out strong with a Norris winner defenseman in Roman Josi. So once again, Team 1's got Dylan Sandberg to start, and Team 2 now has Pop Roman Josi on the squad. Right away, actually, before we continue, I just want to acknowledge the difference in skill between these two teams. I'd say one team takes the cake over the other team a little bit right now. So we're going to see, will it even out, or will Team 2 kind of just sweep the floor this time? You never know. The last episode that we did on this, they were pretty relatively even teams, so I'm curious to see what it's going to turn out to be this time. Okay, let's go for a goalie this time. Let's see if Team 1 can get a goalie here. We're going to go for Sam Montembeault. Okay, so we know that it is an Atlantic Division player who is 29 years old and not Canadian. Let's go for Jake Sanderson. I feel like he fits the bill here. Okay, so Jake Sanderson is a lot younger than I thought he was. For some reason, I thought he was late 20s, but he's only 23. 85 is close, however, so I'm thinking that it might be Pasternak. Are we just going to have a bunch of star talent on these two teams here? And just like that, David Pasternak is our player for Team 1. So, right winger David Pasternak joins the Team 1 squad. So, David Pasternak joins Team 1 squad, so it's looking like David Pasternak and Dylan Sandberg are the only players as of now on Team 1, and then Team 2, the only player as of now is Roman Josi. I was concerned that Team 2 was going to be pretty stacked with that heavy start with Roman Josi, but Team 1 kind of caught up with David Pasternak. Definitely the best player that we have pulled so far in this game. So let's see, who does Team 2 get? Do they add to their star talent, or are they going to get a fourth line player who we've barely ever heard of? It could literally be anything. I really like the trend of starting with a goalie. I think that that's a good trend for us. So I'm gonna go a little off the grid here, and I'm gonna say Thatcher Demko. Okay, so we are getting a goalie this time, which is shocking. I genuinely never believe we will get goalies just because there's so many fewer goalies than other players in the league. But here we are looking at a Western Conference goalie who is a little bit older than 30 in the Central Division and not American. So let's go maybe Mackenzie Blackwood. I made a whoopsie and I clicked the wrong guy. I meant to press Mackenzie Blackwood, but I accidentally, Maki Samoskevich. My bad, guys. My bad. Now that we've clicked the right person, we do know that it is a Canadian goalie in the Central Division, but it was not Mackenzie Blackwood. I thought he was older than 30, but that is not the case. He's only 29. The number's also higher than 39 too, so that's... Oh, I'm wondering if I'm wondering if it's Binnington. And it is. Look at that. Binnington, I did not realize he was 32 years old. That's wild. I thought he was late 20s. I don't know, maybe he just has a baby face. So Jordan Binnington joins Team 2's squad, and as it stands right now, Team 2 has got Roman Josi and Jordan Binnington, and Team 1 has David Pasternak and Dylan Sandberg. So let's see, who does Team 1 add to their squad? I know we just got a goalie, but I'm going to go for it again. I'm going to guess a goalie. This time I'll go in the Eastern Conference. Maybe we'll go for a little Joe Wall. And after all, you're my Joseph Wall. That pick was a dud. We didn't really get much out of that one. We know that it is a player in the Western Conference who is older than 27, not a goalie, and whose number is higher than 60. Which player from the Western Conference should I pick? I'm trying to think of a player who's got a number who's like in the 80s in the Western Conference. 80s right in between 60 and 100, so that way we can narrow down at least the jersey number. Maybe we'll go for Tyler Toffoli. Okay, so this guess gives us that it is a Pacific Division player who is in between the ages of 27 and 33, not Canadian, and whose number is higher than 73. I'm thinking we're going to go for Matthias Ekholm. I know his jersey number is low, but he's a defenseman for Edmonton, so it'll at least tell us a few things. Also, he's not North American. He's not going to be a player who is Swedish either. We're going to be looking at, or a defenseman, so we're looking at a left winger or a right winger. I think for Finland's sake, I'm going to guess Capo Kakko. I think he's a centerman, but I can't remember. Okay, no, he was a right winger. You know what? I think that was a pretty good guess. That was a pretty solid guess. We had a young right winger who had a high number and it was a different nationality. So that was a pretty decent guess. It told us quite a few things. I'm wondering if this player might be Russian, perhaps. I'm going to guess Leo Carlson now because he wears a high number. I know it's not going to be him because he's a center from Sweden, but he wears a high number and it'll tell us whether it's someone on Anaheim as well. Okay, so the number is also higher than 91. This is interesting. Okay. Ooh, what if it's Barbashev? That was such a good guess, except for the jersey number. I thought he was I got a little dyslexic there and thought he was number 94, not 49. That was a good guess, though. It's not even on Vegas, though, too. So at least we know that they're Russian. So it narrows it down a little bit. The only teams we have left to guess for are Calgary, LA, and Vancouver. Sharon Govich he's with Calgary, I do believe. Here we go. Lock it in. Sharon Govich. Whoa. Okay. We may have gone astray from our Russian here. I thought Sharon Govich, that sounds like a Russian name. Oh, let's get rid of my face. Sharon Govich is from Belarus, and he's also a centerman. I thought that was a pretty good guess, but it does tell us that this player has played for Calgary before. We know it's not Calgary, so it's either going to be a player for LA or Vancouver. We have one more guess. They're a left-wing Russian. I'm still bummed that it wasn't Barbashev. I thought that was a phenomenal guess. My final guess is going to be Gavrikov. I only guessed Gavrikov because I knew he was Russian. But our player is Kuzmenko. Oh my goodness, brother. How did I not get that? I should have gotten that. How did I not get that? That one's going to haunt me. So, team one, we're still missing a center. On right wing, we got David Pastrnak. On left wing, we've got Andrei Kuzmenko. On defense, we've got Dylan Sandberg. We're missing our second defenseman, and we're still missing a goalie. Then on team two, we're missing a center. We're missing a right wing. We're missing a left wing. We got Roman Josi. We don't have that other D-man, but we do have Jordan Binnington. So let's see who gets added to team number dos. I'm not going to guess a goalie this time because we already have a goalie on this team and the odds are pretty slim. So I'm not going to waste a guess on a goalie. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go for a guy. We shouted him out quite a bit in the last episode. Parker Weatherspoon. Yikes. Zoink, Scoob. We've got nothing. Okay, let's jump on over to the West and we'll pick a forward this time. Maybe we'll go for Mikko Rantanen. Okay, so we know it's going to be a right wing. They are going to be under the age of 28. They're going to be in the Pacific Division as well. So we're jumping back over to the Pacific Division. I think I'm going to go for Kiefer Sherwood. Okay, so Kiefer plays on the left. He doesn't play on the right. That's my mistake. He's not American either, so it could be a Swedish guy. Could be a Russian again. Honestly, let's go for Sharon Govich again. Or wait, no, he was a center, wasn't he? Was he a center or was he I can't remember. Let's do it again, because why not? Well, at least it tells us that it's not a player from Calgary. Ooh, what about Elias Pettersson? Oh yeah, he's a center. He's played for Vancouver though before. Could be a lot of people. They've gone through house. A right winger who has played for Vancouver before. I'll be honest, it's pretty difficult trying to think of NHL players who aren't from one of the four nations of Canada, USA, Sweden, and Finland. It's definitely not impossible, don't get me wrong, but it's difficult. I'm at a loss right now, so I'm gonna put in someone who I know has played their career in LA. At least it'll tell us whether or not they're Slovakian, and that's Anze Kopitar. Okay, so not Slovakian and also not from LA. I might guess him again, Barbashev, just because I know he's a left wing, but it'll tell us if he's Russian and if he plays for Vegas. The answer to that is no. He does not play for Vegas, but he is Russian, and his number is higher than 49. We got one more guess here. Which Russian players have played for Vancouver and now play for Seattle, the Oilers, or the Ducks? Once again, I'm going to see it and have this aha moment, but I just can't think of anyone right now. I'm just going to pick another Russian. Podkolzin. Yeah, I definitely know this player. I just didn't think of them in the moment. I should have. I really should have, but snooze you lose, I suppose. Team 1 hasn't changed at all. David Pastrnak, Kuzmenko, and Sandberg. Team 2, new addition of Podkolzin. They're still rocking Yossi and Binnington. So let's see, who does Team 1 add? Is it going to be, are we going to get our first center of the game? We shall see. We're going to guess center, Nick Suzuki. Okay, so it's not going to be a center, and it's not going to be someone from the Eastern Conference, which we've only had one player actually so far from the Eastern Conference out of 6. Let's guess another goalie. Let's just go Jake Ottinger again. So we know it's a Central Division who is not North American and who has played for Dallas before. This whole plays for Dallas or has played for Dallas thing is really getting to me. Now I can only think of players who actually do play for Dallas. Does Jordy Ben still play? Because he played with his brother. I'm just going to start guessing other players without trying to think of if they've played for Dallas or not. It's taking too long. Let's go for Matt Zuccarello. Thought that could have been a good guess. Okay, so it's not a right winger. Let's go for a defenseman now. Neil Pionk maybe? Okay, so not a defense. So we've narrowed it down to another left winger. It's Team 1's turn to get a player, and they already have a left winger in Andrei Kuzmenko. So if we remember from the last video, or if this is your first time watching, let me explain to you what will happen here. So we've narrowed it down to a left winger. Team 1 already has a left winger. Team 2 is missing a left winger. In this case, what we're going to do is this player is going to go to Team 2, so that way it fills that role. But let's say, for example, this was going to be a right winger. Both teams already have a right winger, so should we guess this player correctly, then we would get the choice to keep this player or keep David Pastrnak. Obviously, we would keep David Pastrnak. However, if it was a person we'd want to swap out, the only way that we can is if we were to guess the player correctly. In this case, Team 2 doesn't have a left winger already, therefore this player is going to go to them from Team 1. And then the next time we go again, it'll be Team 1's pick, if that makes sense. You'll see it play out. So left winger, let's go for Valery Nichushkin. Okay, so he's a right winger. So this player does play for Colorado though, so that tells us quite a bit. Oh, wait a second. Team captain, Gabriel Landeskog. Oh, my goodness. I thought that was it. Oh, wait. This player's played for Dallas before. I forgot about that little bit. Is Nikishin? Is he Russian? Also, does he even play for... I think he does. Oh, wait. Oh, wrong team. My bad. Bad guess. We're on our last guess, and I should be getting this. I'm just having a momentary brain fart. Everything in me wants to say Matt Duchene, number 95, played for Colorado, but now plays for Dallas, and that's the kicker. If it was the other way around, it would totally be him. Also, not knowing the nationality has thrown a loop into things here. I can't think of it. I really can't. Oh, this is going to eat me alive here. I don't know who it is, so I'm just going to go for Nathan McKinnon. Joel Kiviranta. Not in a million years would I have guessed him, but he gets added to Team 2 in the left wing spot. So, Team 1, David Pastrnak, Andrei Kuzmenko, Dylan Sandberg. Team 2, we got Podkolzin, Kiviranta, Yossi, and Binnington. So I would say Team 1's probably got the upper edge right now. You never know what could happen, so we're going to find out who Team 1 gets this time. Let's go for center, Austin Matthews. Okay, so it is going to be a center from the East. However, they're going to be from the Metro Division. Let's guess our boy Sidney Crosby. Is Sid going to make an appearance? Sidney Crosby. Team 1 center. Okay, Team 1 might be getting a little bit stacked here. That was a quick one. Team 1, Sidney Crosby, David Pastrnak, Kuzmenko, and Dylan Sandberg. Team 2's got Podkolzin, Kiviranta, Yossi, and Binnington. So Team 2, you're going to have to step up your game a little bit if you are going to want to be in the running here. We'll continue on the center train, and maybe we'll guess a guy like Macklin Celebrini. Okay, so it is a Pacific Division player who is young and who has a high number. Perhaps we go for a player like, how old is Frost on the Flames? Okay, so it is going to be a player for the Flames. Frost, I didn't realize he was a center. I thought he was a winger, but it's going to be a player for the Flames who has a high number and is young on the Flames. It could potentially be Coronado. We had him in the last one, but I think he's 23, so he might be too old, but we'll see. And I think he's a winger. Matt Coronado. Okay, so it's a right wing for the Flames, who is not North American. Oh, wait. The guy who we've been guessing all day? Oh, no, he's a center too. Oh, man. Now, remember, Team 2 already has a right wing, and Team 1 also already has a right wing. So now we get into the situation where we could swap out... Who's the right wing? It's Podkolzin. So we could swap out Podkolzin for whoever this mysterious player is, should we decide to do that. We'll see. Is it Ryan Lomberg? Nope, he's a left wing. Oh, and Canadian. I didn't even think of that. And the age as well. That was a silly guess. Yakov Trenin, wrong team. Right nationality, wrong team. Oops. For some reason I had it in my mind that he was on Calgary. Again, I don't know Calgary that well. What about Klapka? Adam Klapka. Right position, wrong everything else. I got no clue who it is. We're gonna put in Calgary's goalie. Huh?
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Okay, so that kind of felt like a bit of a waste of time because we're not going to use Matvey Gridin. Sorry. I never heard of the kid. Sorry, Matvey. But it's Team 1's turn now to see if they can find somebody to put in their spot. Okay, so the first guess for this one, let's go... Who's someone who we haven't guessed yet? Let's go for a guy like Drake Batherson. Okay, so it is someone who is in the West. So let's just guess a Western guy. Let's go for Sam Dickinson. Okay, so it's going to be a young defenseman in the Central Division who has the number 6. Whenever we get the exact number, our odds go up pretty significantly, but it becomes so much more specific that it's almost weird. Let's go for Issa Lindell with the Dallas Stars. Okay, so that's who it is. Or sorry, that's the team who it is. A defenseman with Dallas who is number 6 for Dallas. It's not Heiskanen, because he's number 2 and he's also from Finland. Does Lyubushkin still play for the Stars? He does, but he wears number 46. Oh, I remember who it is. It's Bischel. There it is, from Switzerland. There you go. Leon Bischel gets added to team number 1. So team 1 is looking like Sidney Crosby, David Pasternak, Andrei Kuzmenko, Dylan Sandberg, and Leon Bischel. And then team 2, we got Vasily Podkolzin, Joel Kiviranta, Roman Josi, and Jordan Binnington. I would say so far team 2 has better defense than team 1. But when you look at that top line with Crosby and Pasternak together, it's going to be really tough to beat that. I don't want to call it too early. It might just be a team 1 victory here. So who does team 2 get? Do they get another defenseman and a centerman? We shall see. Okay, who should we guess this time? Let's go for defenseman. Let's go for Cale Makar. Okay, so we've got a Central Division Canadian player who's not a defenseman and who's older than 27. Let's go for Jamie Benn. Okay, so we got back-to-back Dallas players here. Not going to be a left winger. It's going to be younger than 36, but kind of close. So let's see, which veterans does Dallas have? Oh, what about Tyler Seguin? That could be a good guess, a centerman. There we go. Tyler Seguin is the man. And you know what? I think Team 2 needed that. They needed a solid centerman who is well established in the league. So Tyler Seguin joins the squad. This is what we're looking like. We got Tyler Seguin, Podkolzin, Kiviranta. Not the best top line, but Seguin does add a little bit of value there. And then Roman Josi and Jordan Binnington. But it's Team 1's turn now. Are they going to get a goalie? I hope so. That'd be pretty sweet. We had him in our last video. Let's see, do we get him this time again? Darcy Kemper. We do not, but it's a Canadian in the Eastern Conference. Let's go for Dylan Cousins. Okay, so not a centerman, and it's also not in the Atlantic Division, so we need a Metro player, and they're younger than 25 as well. Maybe we can go for Kindle. I'm pretty sure he's Canadian. Ben Kindle. We had him in the last episode. Okay, not quite that young, but the number's higher than 81 as well, so that's pretty interesting. What about Porter Martone? Oh, I guess Martone isn't a part of the Hertl game yet. He's only played since I think the last 5 games of the regular season or something of the sorts. He's been lighting it up though for Philly. He's going to be a good player for them. We don't get to guess Martone, so maybe we'll go for a different player. Is Stankoven Canadian? He is. Oh, he's only number 22, and he's also a center. We keep guessing center. We need to start guessing some other positions here. Let's guess a guy like Will Coyle. Okay, so it is someone who plays for the Rangers. Who plays for the Rangers anymore? Lafreniere? Nope. Oh yeah, he's only number 13. We have 2 more guesses to get this. Someone on the Rangers. I don't even know if I could tell you any of their defensemen anymore. They got rid of K-Andre Miller. They got rid of Trouba. Is it going to be Matt Rempe? Get rid of my face so you can see the number here. The number's higher than 73. Who are some young and up-and-coming players for the New York Rangers? Either right wing or defense. And reminder, this player is going to team 1, so if it's a right wing, I'm not taking out Pasternak, and if it's a defense, I don't know if I'd take out Sandberg or Bischel. I guess it depends on which defenseman it is. But, oh, if it's a defenseman, actually, it would go to team 2 because they're missing a defenseman. So let's see. Who could it be? I have no clue. Therefore, I'm going to guess someone like JT Miller, who I know is not even Canadian. Gabe Perreault. Okay, so Gabe Perreault's a right winger. So we're not going to opt to take out Pasternak. So we're just going to... Sorry, Gabe. You are just going to go off into the abyss now.
Michael, what am I supposed to tell my clients if they ask about you?
Tell them that I died and I turned into an angel. And when they feel a breeze in a room with all the windows closed or that chill on the back of their neck, that is just me watching over them.
It's Team 2's chance to get a defenseman now, so let's see who they can get. Let's go for defenseman Noah Dobson. Okay, so we have an Atlantic player whose number is very close to 53. They're not Canadian. Let's guess Easton Cowan. So that way we get another, I know he is number 53, but we get another position and we get another team, but that is not the case. It's not going to be the Leafs. I also forgot to take note of the fact that the player is going to be older than 26, so that's unfortunate. What number is Morgan Geekie, the Boston Bruins? He's number 39. That's a good guess, though, because now we know it's a center for Boston. Not Canadian, so maybe Elias Lindholm? Okay. Not Swedish. What other centers did the Boston Bruins have? Oh, Pavel Zacha? Okay, nope, not Pavel Zacha. So clearly we're just missing 1 center for the Bruins, right? Because I'm seeing 3 centers here right now. Unless they got players playing on the wing who are called center. I fear that I'm not going to know this guy. So this is for Team 1. So reminder, this player is going to have to replace Sidney Crosby, which is going to be next to impossible.
20 minutes later.
Sean Corelli. Yeah, wouldn't have guessed that, and we're not going to use him. Okay, we're going to go guns a-blazing. We're going to guess Connor McDavid. Okay, so we got a Pacific player who's not a center and is less than number 97. Let's go the complete opposite end of the spectrum. Lucas Dostal. Okay, so this player is going to be a goalie, which means, let's take a look at our list here. For a second, I thought it meant that we were going to be done. This was going to be our last position. However, Team 2 is still missing a defenseman as well. So this goalie is going to go to Team 1. And then whenever we get a defenseman next, that's going to be the end of the video. I got a little bit ahead of myself. I thought we had a full lineup for Team 2 already. That's not the case. So let's see who this goalie is going to be. So we've got a goalie in the Pacific Division who's not Canadian or Czech. I think Askarov's is in the 30s. Yeah, he was number 30, so it's higher than number 30. Is Silvos with Vancouver still? Was he ever? Or is he with Pittsburgh? I can't remember. He's with Pittsburgh. Yikes. Was he ever with Vancouver? Silvos played a total of 19 games with the Vancouver Canucks. You can either call that extremely dumb for this guess, or I'm going to call it elite ball knowledge. What about Joey Decord with the Kraken? Oh, man. I thought that was a really good guess. So my guess is it's going to be a backup goalie then. I can't think of other goalies in the Pacific who aren't Canadian or American. Like Vegas has Carter Hart and Aiden Hill. Calgary has Wolf and Cooley. LA has Kemper and Forsberg. Anton Forsberg, are you... Oh, you're lying. Guys, who is this goalie? Who is Vancouver's goalie? That is who I'm missing. Surely it's not Demko. Shows you how much I watched Vancouver play this year. Oh, you know who Vancouver has? They've got Lankinen. Pardon me? Nikita Tolopilo has played 23 games in his NHL career. Vancouver fans, I don't think you can blame me for not knowing this guy. Nonetheless, he is the goalie for Team 1. So I think Team 1 got considerably lucky that they have Crosby and Pasternak. considering that this is the goalie we're getting. Nikita Tolopilo. Okay, well, Team 1. Sidney Crosby, David Pastrnak, Andrei Kuzmenko, Dylan Sandberg, Leon Bischel, and Nikita Tolopilo. Now that I'm saying Tolopilo over and over, I have heard that name before. Team 2. Tyler Seguin, Vasily Podkolzin, Joel Kiviranta, Roman Josi, a blank defensive spot, and then Jordan Binnington. So let's see, do we get a defense to finish out this game tonight? Gonna guess a defenseman right away just to see. We don't. So we're gonna see if we're gonna have an opportunity to upgrade one of the teams here. So we're looking for a Western Conference American. So since Team 1 just got a goalie, this is now Team 2's opportunity to better themselves. Jake Ottinger, that's my next guess. We're looking at a Central Division American player who's older than 27 and has a low number. Let's go for Brock Nelson, American center. Okay, so it is a center who is going to wear likely number 10 or number 9. Let's get St. Louis on the board here and go for Jimmy Snuggerud. It was a good guess. He's a right winger. I wasn't sure if he was a center or not. This player's not coming easily to me, which is concerning, and it might not be helpful for Team 2. I guess it depends on who the player ends up being, but we'll have to see. What about Boldy? Okay, so not Boldy, but this player has played for Minnesota before. For the number's sake and for team's sake, I'm going to guess Philip Forsberg. I know it's not going to be him, but I want to see is okay, so it's not number 9 and it's not Nashville, so we're probably looking at jersey number 8. Oh, number 8 for Chicago is I know it. Ryan Donato. Cha-ching. We got it. So they have the opportunity. Who's Tyler Seguin? I think we're going to keep Tyler Seguin in there. I think he's a better player than Donato. Donato's a solid player, but again, I don't think he's better than Seguin. This time we're going to guess Welch On-Ice's most favorite defenseman, Morgan Riley. We are getting a defenseman, so this player is going to go to Team 2, and this is going to finalize the rosters for this episode. Well, let's go Heiskanen. Is he younger than 32? I doubt it. He's 26. Wow. I thought Heiskanen had been around the league for longer than he has. Number 4 is really close. Dylan DeMello. Oh, he's number 2. I thought he was number 5. Never mind. Oh, and he's also Canadian. Oops. Okay, younger than 26 though. I got to keep that in mind as well. Let's go for Jack McBain on Utah again. He's a defenseman. He's a center. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no! Our table! It's broken!
Oh, that one hurts. That one hurts. We're going to ignore that one. Just to try to narrow down the team here, let's go Cam Fowler. Okay, so not with St. Louis. Let's go Ethan Del Mastro with Chicago. Again, just to try to narrow down the team. It is a Chicago defenseman. Oh no, I'm not good at Chicago. Oh, is it that Levshunov? Is it him? No, it is not. And we have one more guess. This isn't good at all. We gotta end the episode knowing who it is. I genuinely don't know any more defensemen for Chicago. So Connor Bedard, you're the man. We got Sam Rinzel. Great addition to Team 2. Sam Rinzel, you are a part of Team 2. What are his stats? He's played 63 games in the NHL and he has 19 points in 63 games. Way to go, kid. Way to go. But our final teams, Team 1, we got Sidney Crosby, David Pastrnak, Andrei Kuzmenko, Dylan Sandberg, Leon Bischel, and goalie Nikita Tolopilo. Team 2, we got Tyler Seguin, Vasily Podkolzin, Joel Kiviranta, Roman Josi, Sam Rinzel, and Jordan Binnington. Now, I don't think you have to be a hockey analyst to see that Team 1 has the upper edge. Sidney Crosby, if we were to compare each position player at base value, let's see. Sidney Crosby and Tyler Seguin. Sidney Crosby, elite player. Tyler Seguin, also an elite player, but Sidney Crosby. That's all I need to say about that. David Pastrnak and Podkolzin. Pastrnak, elite player. Podkolzin, he plays with an elite player with Connor McDavid. Pastrnak takes it all day. Then we got Kuzmenko and Kiviranta. I would say Kuzmenko is the better player out of the two. That one's a little more up for discussion, but that's just my opinion. I haven't heard too much of Kiviranta's game. He's younger. Kuzmenko's also pretty young and pretty talented. So, and he's done well on some pretty not so great teams, like being on Calgary. LA is so. I mean, they made the playoffs this year. So then we're hopping over to defense. So Dylan Sandberg and Liam Bichel would be a typical third D pairing. That's my opinion. I don't think there's anything spectacular. They're the D pair who give the top guys a little bit of rest. You know, they're your guys who give the puck over a little bit more. Probably only playing 16 minutes a night. And then Roman Josi, elite defenseman. He's got a Norris Trophy under his name. Sam Rinzel, young kid. I've never watched him play. He could be good. I have no idea. I completely have no idea. But I would say, just because of Josi, I would put Team 2's D pair probably higher than Team 1's, just because Roman Josi. He's a good offensive defenseman, but he's also good at defensive aspects of the game as well. Then our goalie matchup, we got Tolopilo and Binnington. Binnington is Stanley Cup champion. I think he takes the cake here, and he's got Olympic experience, he's got playoff experience, he's got regular season experience as well. So I would say that Binnington overall gets it. So I would say Team 2 is better on the back end of the game with their D and their goaltending. They say defense wins hockey games, so maybe I should give Team 2 a little more credit than they deserve, or than I've given them. But I ultimately think that Team 1 is the better team here, just because of Crosby and Pasternak. I am being biased for the offensive aspects of the game. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? Whose team is better? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. But for now, that is it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, you hit that like button, you share this with a friend, and there is going to be more of this coming out your way. Stay tuned for that, and we'll see you guys on the next episode of Welch on Ice. Peace.